Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I know I'm a little late. It's fine. I have a couple of stuff to attend to, so we're back on nonetheless. Bitcoin, it has not moved since yesterday, and yesterday I was quite surprised at the fact that we were getting absolutely nothing today, and that was for a good reason, apparently. I don't even know if it's a good reason. Juneteenth is today. It's a national holiday, and US stock market was closed today. Which I was not really that aware of, I guess, my fault. But Bitcoin has still managed to hold on to this level for now. Good bounce off of the uptrend over here, so that's a good sign. Possible change of character coming soon if we do manage to break, of course, above above the 100. This is reducing itself now to 108,000. Used to be 109,000, the previous super trend invalidation level. I guess it's kind of following. What really are you following? A shorter term downtrend, possibly? Let me... This doesn't look right. Maybe it works. Who knows, right? This line is like right down the middle of where this conjoins. You know, it could be the case. We gotta wait and see for that. But, and before we do get there, we do need about a 1.63% rise till we reach that 106,000 pivot level. And then from there, depends on where this slows down, right? This is only converging because of, what is it, the average true range that the super trends use? Pretty sure it is average true range, sorry, length. Lower volatility, it will just start converging a little bit more, right? That's just how the super trend works. So, yeah, this could ultimately drop down to maybe 108,000. I'm assuming just by converging where this uptrend line, this downtrend line is. So by the time we reach there, we should expect a 3% pump, and Bitcoin can easily do that in a day. So I think we're on our way back up to maintaining our uptrends because in the broad spectrum of things, we are still in a bull market. I know there's a little battle going on down there in the Middle East, but it's kind of died down by now, and I was looking for a lot of news to cover for today. There was no news to cover for today, and it's something that just came to my mind. I'll cover it now since I don't have the exact article pulled up. Trump was asked, will you guys be intervening in the Middle East? Because that's the ultimate question that everybody wants to know. And Trump actually put a delay on that question. He said, you know what? I'll let you guys know within a week or two whether or not the United States gets involved. So at least for now, we don't really have to worry about it. That's, it's not necessarily a deal has been signed or, there's peace now. It's just a bit of a delay. It's like we're pushing it further down, which, as long as we're not getting a nuclear war tomorrow, I'm guessing that the markets should be fine with it. And hopefully we'll see a pump by tomorrow because of just that alone. Is what my speculation is. I know it didn't have a massive impact on the price of Bitcoin. Very low volume, very low volatility today. That's due to the fact that US stock markets were closed, Import the Wall Street, become the Wall Street. Nothing really we can do here. So you just got to wait for US markets to start opening up again tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. So we shall see what goes on from there. That's my little analysis as to where things are. I do have a position open on Arrow USDT. Arrow actually decent coin. It rose up against me, reached 96 as its high point, and currently kind of ranging over here. I kind of wish I had a trigger order over here instead. I entered this position kind of by accident. I meant to put a little bit on here, but I didn't even know how. I just muscle memory. I just put in too much money, and now I'm suffering the consequences of a $200 loss. But that's temporary. I don't mind it for now. I still believe that this level over here, this pivot level, will be where this can possibly drop. A 24% drop, maybe. Absolutely possible. The fact that this coin has been rising like 30-something% in a day, 37%, it's absolutely possible. A good old correction all the way down here. Even if we don't fully reach this line where I have my take profit, which I'm assuming the super trend should also increase slightly up to there to kind of converge with this little uptrend that we got going on. You know what? I'd still be fine, even if we're like over here. Even if it's like a 16% drop, this should give me about maybe 100, 200, $300. So I'll be fine with a profit like that nonetheless. Obviously, it all depends on the funding fees that I get charged from this. So far, I'm paying $20. This could change soon, hopefully. The percentages are decreasing, and once these decrease from the negative side, they would likely go towards the positive side. That is likely when a lot of people who are buying will start entering over here. Once funding fees are positive, easier chance of liquidation, in my opinion. I don't know. Just a quicker drop that can happen. And the commissions won't be so bad because the bulls will just have to pay the bears from there. And I'm bearish on this coin specifically because I'm in a short position. What else we got? Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see this amount just decrease. And also, like, $20, it's pretty bad, but it's not that bad. I've paid hundreds, so just, you know, better than that, I guess. To be fair, that was in a low market cap coin. This one's a little bit higher up there. I don't remember the specific market cap it had, but it was like number in the 90s in the coin market cap ranking list. So it's relatively high. So yeah, we shall see what happens with this. For now, I'm happy with where it is. I do also have a bonus position that I might want to use. And I already made a projection that by tomorrow things can rise. I'll verify that with the altcoins as well. I do need to check their price action, which I have not done yet. Because I have a bonus position, a big bonus position, 100 USDT. That is crazy. I don't even know why I got it, but I got it, so God bless. I'm going long with that. I'm going long with it, and we'll see where it lands on which coin. This could easily get me, like, I don't know, $30 if I play it right. What is the leverage on it? Surprise, triple gifts, USDT, leverage. No leverage, I'm assuming. Yeah, they're not going to be that generous. Fair enough. We'll figure that out later. So you'll notice a 0% movement for literally every coin ever. No, not ever. There are some coins that are doing their own thing. Some coins are up 19%. Bid again, by the way. Don't buy that. S&T I've never heard of. Yeah, we might check these out later, but I'm probably not going to enter them anyway. I already have an open position in Arrow, so we'll leave that there. But Ethereum, it's, hey, still bullish super trend, right? 2,481. And, well, that's its support level, I guess, that it's been using. That is held on really solidly, right? 2,520 is the current price. We're looking at that resistance of 2,618, which would require, what is that, a 3% pump? Almost a 4% pump till we reach there. That could easily happen tomorrow. Easily. I never really checked the funding rates for this, and it doesn't even tell you the estimate here. That's why I was a bit surprised yesterday when I checked funding rates for other altcoins. I saw the amounts that it calculated for me, like it already knew, right? But it doesn't show that for like these bigger cap coins. So that's why I was a bit surprised. First time seeing that on Arrow. Nice. Moving on to Solana, same deal, 0% movement. RSI, you'll notice, is around the 40s, the 50s. Not a lot of movement. Bit of uncertainty as to where specifically we'll go. It's good that we have Ethereum and Solana in bullish super trends, right? The invalidation zone for Solana would be if it drops below 141 to 140. But we're currently above that. This would probably have to just be slightly readjusted. We're still in an uptrend, right? I know it's from a very far distance, but, you know, we've broken our downtrends with, luckily, this close above this candle. Otherwise, you know, we would maybe, I would assume the super trend would have dropped to where this pivot level is right over here at 153. That's likely where our resistance is going to be. And by tomorrow, 4% pump can absolutely make that happen. We can test that zone to see what's up. I'm projecting a lot of up movement from here. Are we even getting any good market data? I don't think we are. Friday's just going to be a chill day, it seems like. Yeah. Nothing really happening over here. I'm just hoping for good fundamentals at this point. XRP, I don't really know what to say otherwise. Like, probably a minuscule pump, which would be pathetic. A 1.58% pump to 219. Its current price is 216. Hey, at least it's still got a bullish super trend as well. That's good. 230, though, is like the main level. The most difficult thing for XRP to try to break out of. Hey, maybe a 6% pump that can take us there would allow that to happen. We'll figure that out by tomorrow. Otherwise, we got another resistance over here at 225, which doesn't seem to be a good resistance. No, it is not at all. Should have been like what a previous support should have been, which I guess it served its purpose back over here. I'm going to have to redraw this Fibonacci level from high point to low point. That's 265 to 205. We can draw over here, and that way we can check our resistance levels, because that's what we're most importantly paying attention to. This looks much better, by the way. This is approaching 230, right? So we got our first resistance up over here, and the current resistance that we're looking at is where this pivot level is, as I mentioned, at 219. So that's the first level we're going to have to, the first barrier we're going to have to break out of, right, before we reach all this. Ignore the 225 that I mentioned. That was outdated. I have to really start updating my charts again. It's been a while, that's why. What am I doing with SUI here? Also resistances, very long term, no problem. We are still in a downtrend for SUI. Yesterday we had a low of 270. Today we've kind of recovered from there, I suppose, since yesterday as well. Current price is 282. And we're looking at a resistance up here at 308, 309, 310, 311, 312. You can see that, I guess. But this support served really well, so it'll be very difficult to break below 270, right? And even if we do, it's still going to be fine as long as we maintain this support level at 258. Because that's where we are... actually, no. I mean, yeah. That's why I put this line over here. We're not really in an uptrend. So I put this line right over here at the 258 because I would expect a drop, if we do have one, to bounce off of this level so we can continue it, break out of this, and ultimately continue our bull run up much higher. That is ideally what the case should be. Unless, of course, World War III starts tomorrow. So we shall see. 0% movement for it nonetheless. Same deal with Litecoin, 0% movement. $84.72 is the current price. I know I got a lot of downtrends drawn over here, but this one seems to one that is currently in play. So we shall give it the most attention. Invalidates at 90. I do have another resistance with pivot at 87. Very important level. We are currently hovering around this fib line at 85, right? 84.70, like I said, is the current price. And this, we are looking for support levels. We do have another support level down over here at 80 for Litecoin, just to pay attention to that. Last coin that we all hate and love is Cardano. I didn't get the trigger order executed on my main account. Like, I still have one right over here, and it would really suck for a pump to happen. Because, you know, it could be a great percentage, right? 8%, 9%, whatever the case may be. This uptrend is invalid. I'm assuming that support level is what's going to help define this uptrend. I'm hoping for just a, a quick flash crash, and then we just come back up immediately, and then we can start heading up from there. Our good old 8% pump. That would be ideal. Super trend is currently on its way down to about 64.5 cents, right? That's looking at an almost 8% pump from where we are right now. But like I said, I would like for my little trigger order to be filled here. Maybe I'll just outright buy it. I don't remember if I have enough Cardano positions. I might. And also 60 cents it's relatively good, considering the fact that I've been buying at like the 70s and 80s literally last month, right? Right around over here. I've been buying these areas, 70s, 80s, trading around this zone. And now that it's down here, I don't want to buy. What's the matter with me? Of course I should buy. We shall see how it plays out. But yeah, like I said, my trigger order is like right below these supports. Probably really dumb of me. I should move it to above where the support levels are so that we can guarantee getting that order triggered, order executed, and then we can, the trigger order executed, and then we can continue higher. That's ideally what my goal is. All right. You're really pushing me to buy this, right? What was my analysis on SUI? I really want to buy SUI here. 270, 282. What's the percentage rise? 10%? Yeah, it's going to have to be SUI. I'm going 100 USDT on SUI long. 5x? Are you serious? I refuse to believe that. 5x. Do I have a liquidation price? Maintenance... margin unrealized. No, it's not what I'm looking for. Am I blind? Yeah, here it is. Liquidation price, 228. Is that 5x? I think it is. It is 5x. That is crazy. Okay, well, we're doing it. That's like a $500 position. God bless. Godspeed. Let's go. Liquidation over here is generally 5x. It is. That's crazy. That is so generous. So I'm assuming this is like a 500. Yes, 497. Great. 497 with no fees. What is this scam? Whatever. I'm being too greedy. We'll let it rise. Let's see how that plays out. Don't copy that, by the way. This is literally just bonus money where I get this money for free. And if I make profit, I will keep that. If I lose the bonus position, I don't really lose any money. It's on the exchange, right? Maybe I just lose it on purpose just to make them lose. That's what you get for making me pay commission. No, but they do need to receive the fees for their maintenance stuff, right? I mean, you can't always put your full trust on them. They have been hacked in the past, so... But they've done a good job at recovering and damage control, right? When did that happen? It was like last year, November, when BingX got hacked. It was pretty cool. Not really. I was kind of suffering. I was in the United States as well, and no VPN. I was really suffering there. Like, I couldn't do anything. I was just like, okay, I just hope that this hacker doesn't go into my account and steal my funds. I didn't have too much at the time anyway. It's not like I'm a billionaire, right? Surely they would target the accounts with the bigger balances. Or maybe he was just, like, desperate and scammed any account that first popped up on his screen. I don't know. Who knows? But that was all resolved and taken care of, like I said. Great. Off to a terrible start. Arrow, how is Arrow doing? Can we please get a drop on Arrow? I'm expecting the market to rise, like I said. If that is the case, then so be it. If Arrow will pump 21% tomorrow, I'll get this trigger order executed. And my average price... I don't know how to do math, so I will whip out a calculator. 0.8172 plus 1.06 is that divided by 2. My average price would be 93 because these are both $1,000, right? At 3x. So 93, you're looking at my average price being right around over here. 93 what? 86? I could draw a line. 93.86. There. Oh, cents. I put that in dollars. 0.9386. There we go. Don't ever do this in the O2 market because you'll lose your skins. Just letting you know. Any reference for those who understand. Good for you. That would be my new average price, right? And, I mean, a rise of like 21% like I mentioned would trigger this order and then an immediate drop of 12%. That's absolutely possible for a volatile coin. And from there, I'll be in profit, and this would be in the thousands, probably. But I don't think they're going to have a drop that significant, because if I'm expecting price to rise up here first, 20%, and then drop 36% the next day, is it really likely? Probably not. But like I said, even if the drop is not that significant, maybe, I don't know, a 15, 18% drop, this is easily $300, like, from here to here. If this order gets executed, this would be my average price. Yeah, where it is right now would approximately be maybe $200, $300 easily. So we'll keep an eye out on that. The idea is you don't want to get your order triggered after your liquidation price. You want that to happen before so that your liquidation price gets pushed further away, your position doesn't close, you have more space, and your average price will come back higher so that when it drops back down eventually, you'll have an easier time with taking profits. Ideally, that is the case. Do I even have any more funds? I have 1,500, but 1,000 is already in use. So I'd have another 500, I guess. Maybe I would use it for margin reinforcing the position. Or if I'm feeling a little extra spicy, I'll put that in there for another order, which won't really help too much because it's 500 compared to the 1,000s. That's why at the beginning I said I messed up with putting that trigger order. I meant to put 500 first, and then 1,000, and then an emergency 1,000 if that if that is necessary, right? Depending on how far against me the position goes for Arrow. If it keeps on rising to infinity, which it would be absurd if it does. But yeah, just one thing to keep an eye out on. Yeah, dead market. Usually you don't see this on Thursdays, but fair enough. It is a holiday. Let's see what Trump has to say about this. Well, this is a Jerome Powell crash out, which we'll discuss in a moment. He spoke about this on Juneteenth, and I guess we kind of share the same views on this. There's too many non-working holidays in America. It is costing our country billions of dollars to keep all of these businesses closed, and the workers don't want it either. I really don't know how to interpret this, honestly. Soon we'll end up having a holiday for every once working day of the year. I'm stroke. I don't understand. It must change if we are going to make America great again. Sure. Whatever that means. I'm guessing he doesn't like Juneteenth. Cool. And then this was his crash out on Jerome Powell from yesterday for obviously not cutting rates. If you missed it, yesterday FOMC meeting happened and rate cuts did not get, interest rates did not get cut is the main idea. The projections for the future, we're still expecting 2 rate cuts, I'm pretty sure, according to CME FedWatch, and next meeting in 40 days. And we're expecting slower growth in the economy as an outlook for the upcoming year, and a rise in inflation because of the tariffs, which that's not what the market really wanted to hear. So, a bit mixed as to what necessarily is going on. Is the market page down or something? It's not loading. Sometimes this happens. Cringe. All right, whatever. So this is what Trump had to say. Too late, which is Jerome Powell's new nickname, or it's been a nickname from Trump. He says it is costing our country hundreds of billions of dollars. Honestly, it's like the second time he's mentioned costing Americans, costing the country billions of dollars. He said that just now with Juneteenth and now with this. But then he's signing the Big Beautiful Bill Act where, there was this whole conflict with Elon Musk over that he eventually had to quit working for the government because it just went against what Doge stood for, which was reducing government deficit. Yeah, anyway. It's just interesting that now suddenly Trump seems to care about saving billions of dollars. But I guess if you're going to pass that Big Beautiful Bill Act, that the spending will increase. That's for sure. That's why Elon Musk had to quit. So now you got to find other ways. If you promised to reduce government spending, you're going to have to find other ways to do that, right? So that's probably why he's pointing these out. That would be my hypothesis. He says that Jerome Powell is costing our country billions of dollars. He's truly one of the dumbest and most destructive people in government, and the Fed board is complicit. Europe has had 10 cuts, and we have had none. We should be 2.5 points lower and saving billions of dollars on all of Biden's short-term debt. We also have low inflation. Too late, which is Jerome Powell, is an American disgrace. He can't fire him, unfortunately. That's already been proven. We're just going to have to ride it out, wait until Jerome Powell gets not fired, but retires or moves on from his term, contract expires, whatever the term is. I don't know. In 2026, that's when the guy has to leave. So we got to wait it out. Moving on. So I don't have really too much to talk about Israel-Iran war. I feel like it's old news. Oh, look at this. Big Beautiful Bill is trending. I'll check that out. Literally, we were just talking about that coincidentally. Anyway, Iran's president. There's a lot of people accusing Iran. Sorry, did I say Iran? Israel's president. Israel doesn't have a president. They have a prime minister. That's why it's confusing to me. Sorry. But they were blaming Israel of wanting regime change in Iran rather than what they were originally attacking for, which they've put it out to be, Iran not being allowed to have a nuclear weapon. That's the reason for their attacks. But people are saying, okay, really, is that the real reason? It seems like the real reason is you want regime change in Iran. Well, Netanyahu, I'm assuming, says that regime change is not the primary goal of the campaign, but that removing it would be in the interests of the Iranian people. So he still does want a regime change, it seems like. Yeah. That's possibly what Israel is seeking from all of this, is what a lot of people are speculating. So we'll see how that turns out. I wanted to read what Big Beautiful Bill says. You earned it, you keep it. No tax on tips. Pass President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill. It's time to put what? Did it pass or not? No. The One Big Beautiful Bill hires 10,000 additional ICE agents and gives them pay raises. Okay, there's a huge wall of text over here that I'm going to read because I have to. Our nation's ICE officers have shown incredible strength, determination, and courage as they facilitate a very important mission, the largest mass deportation operation of illegal aliens in history. That's also another complaint, by the way, the fact that we don't have mass deportations yet, as promised by Trump. I'm hoping that this One Big Beautiful Bill will allow him to fulfill that promise, right? With all these new ICE agents getting hired and apparently also a pay raise. So hoping things do turn around. I guess he's still getting started. We got to give him a bit more time, but a lot of people disagree with that. Whatever your view on this is. Saying that every day the brave men and women of ICE are subjected to violence, harassment, and even threats from radical Democrat politicians. If you don't even got to go too far. Look at what's happening in LA, right? But nothing will stop us from executing our mission and fulfilling our mandate to the American people. ICE officers are herewith ordered by notice of this truth to do all in their power to achieve the very important goal of delivering the single largest mass deportation program in history. And that is what the people want to hear. I need to take a drink. One sec. All right. And in order to achieve this, we must expand our efforts to detain and deport illegal aliens in America's largest cities such as, there you go, Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, where millions upon millions of illegal aliens reside. These and other such cities are the core of the Democrat power center, where they use illegal aliens to expand their voter base, that is facts, cheat in elections, and grow the welfare state, also facts, robbing good-paying jobs and benefits from hardworking American citizens. Also facts. These radical left Democrats are sick of mind, hate our country, and actually want to destroy our inner cities, and they're doing a good job of it. There's something wrong with them. That's why they believe in open borders, transgender for everybody, and men playing in women's sports. And that is why I, Donald Trump, want ICE, Border Patrol, and our great and patriotic law enforcement officers to focus on our crime-ridden and deadly inner cities, and those places where sanctuary cities play such a big role. You don't hear about sanctuary cities in our heartland. I think you guys get the point. So, that's cool. Big beautiful bill. And tariffs are screwing over Americans? Really? Is it really? I don't really know. It seems like a good thing. It's just going to add, they say, to the deficit. I don't know. Anyways, that was besides the point. I got derailed there. I just thought it was trending and I wanted to check it out. So there you go. Tiny little update for you. Now, back to the whole war situation in the Middle East. Iran, Israel, apparently their stock markets are hitting new all-time highs. Why? They're in a war. This don't make any sense. Israel stock market making new all-time highs. Iran stock market making new all-time highs. But what Twitter says? Black Swan, World War III, crash, short, sell it all. Is it really? I do want to check this out for myself. So bear with me while I do that. I messed up my trading view as well. How do I fix it? I'll have to figure that out later. Iran Tehran stock market index. I guess I just looked that up. Tehran stock market index. Can I just Google this? Iran Tehran stock market index. What is the ticker? Ted Picks. Oh, bruh. Ted Picks. Topics? No, it does not exist. Why are you lying to me, Google? Tehran Stock Exchange is TSE. Isn't that Toronto Stock Exchange? I mean, we're importing a lot of Iranians probably soon. I don't know if you guys saw that news. There was these talks about us starting to import a bunch of Iranian officials and generals as refugees in Canada. Yeah. Like, that's ever gonna happen. Is this it? TSE? Real Estate Investment Trust? That's not what I'm looking for. Standard Market Top 20. Do they have 20? It's Tepix. Is it TEPix? Oh, it's TPix. No, it's not TPix. I can't find it. Is it just not popular to trade or something? What are the three? No, no. TPix. Can I just look up ticker symbol? TEDPix. Okay. I already searched that up and it's not showing. Okay, I'm just gonna hit enter on TEDPix and see what happens. Okay, invalid symbol. Yeah, you're... Is it in Persian? Do I have to copy this? I'm not reading that. 2024. Why don't you have like up-to-date data of this? Here's a stock price according to Yahoo Finance. Do I need to include this little symbol? Sometimes it's weird like that. I don't know. TSE. No. TSE is an actual company. Trinseo PLC, whatever this is. It's on the New York Stock Exchange, so obviously not this. There's no information available. Where are you guys even seeing this? You know what? This might be fake news. What about Israel Stock Exchange? I'm pretty sure there is one in Tel Aviv, right? Boy, what is it? Israel Stock Exchange. TASE. TASE. Tel Aviv Stock Exchange, right? And we are hitting new all-time highs. That is a fact. Alright. Oh my gosh. Really only 2019? That's the information we have? Alright, well, there you have it. It is on the rise. Tehran Stock Exchange. TSE. Yeah, I can't find it. Whatever. I guess they really don't want us to know how it's doing. TPix to index today. I guess here's a chart. Will it load? Also, this is bright. There's no chart. Like, it really doesn't want you to show you a chart. That's so weird. Probably because of our location. I have a VPN on, though. Alright, you're weird. Have fun staying poor. No, but they're hitting new all-time highs. I guess it's partially true so far as to what I could verify. There you have it, you know. They're at war, but they're still at all-time high levels. Crazy stuff, isn't it? It's probably they're getting carried by defense stocks or something. Because those are typically the ones that go up during war times. Or maybe oil. Of course, they have a lot of oil, right? And gold. I don't know about their gold. Anyway, this happened today. 16 billion, that's a lot of humans. Login credentials got leaked in the world's largest data breach. It affected Apple, Google, Facebook, Telegram. A lot more than that, actually. You might be included, by the way. I'll read this out here. 16 billion passwords got leaked. You know, there's 9 billion people in the world. Everybody has an alt. Not all 9 billion people have access to the internet, of course. I think maybe 4 or 5 billion. But yeah, all this information is out there. Apple, Google, Facebook users exposed. That might not be too bullish for tomorrow's market open, maybe. But it's being called the largest password leak in history has just been confirmed. 16 billion login credentials, many from major platforms, Apple, Google, Facebook, GitHub, and more, are now exposed and circulating. I'm probably going to change my password after this. I should. I asked this question to Grok, and I'll go over that. Researchers say the leak comes from, this is crazy, 30 separate data sets, most of it new, not recycled. So don't think like, oh, 16 billion, that's obviously like old and dead people that haven't changed their password in so long ago, and they don't have a good enough password strength like mine that I have today. No, it's about new accounts as well. You're included. It's not just usernames and passwords, but it's also URLs, emails, full login sequences are included. So watch out for like phishing stuff or check identity fraud stuff. Maybe things are opened under your name, new accounts opened under your name, under your identity. Could be the case. Just watch out for that. It isn't a breach. It's a blueprint for mass phishing, account takeovers, digital identity theft, and at a global scale. Yeah, literally what I just mentioned. Got him ahead of the game. This is fresh, weaponizable intelligence at scale, said researchers, and it's live now. Act fast, stay ahead, or get locked out. Yeah, like I said, you're gonna have to wanna have to change your passwords, because even Grok says, given the reported 16 billion credential leak affecting platforms like Apple, Google, Facebook, changing your passwords for these services is a prudent step to protect your accounts. The breach is confirmed on June 19, 2025, today. It includes fresh data that could be exploited for phishing or account takeovers. However, password changes alone aren't enough. Make sure you enable two-factor authentication for security and use unique passwords to limit risk from reuse. If you're that kind of guy that uses one password for everything, like your Gmail, your Twitter account, your YouTube, your crypto trading platform, you probably shouldn't do that. You should have a separate password for each one. That's all the password from my cybersecurity expertise. The password advice I'd give you, right? And yeah, use two-factor authentication as well. It can be annoying and tedious, but it's worth not getting your account hacked. I've had my accounts hacked, and it's a pain. It's gonna be another pain trying to like reset every single password for everything I have, because it's including like the most obscure websites, like even GitHub and more. Like, come on, bro. I don't want to have to change all that stuff. Whatever. Check if your credentials are compromised with tools like Cybernews's data leak checker. That's cool. I can't wait to get my information. Find out that my information has been stolen. My email. Check if my data has been leaked. Okay. Look at this. That's crazy amount of... Is this 15 billion? 15.5 billion? Thousands, million, billion, trillion. This is... Am I wrong? No, I'm wrong. Hundreds, thousands, millions, billion. Yeah. So that is true. And 28,000 websites worldwide. I'll put my stuff in here. Actually, I'll put it now. Let's see. I'll check my thing live. Obviously, I don't want to expose it, so... My data has been leaked. My personal data was found in the following data leaks. It was detected one time in leaked databases. Okay, yeah, I should probably change my credentials then. Alright. And my phone number is safe. Sweet. Unless it didn't recognize it? No, I think it did. What about my other emails? I have a lot of emails. So my primary email is down. My secondary email is safe. It's a new one I created, so that's good. I'm still going to change my passwords for it nonetheless. So yeah, you can check that all that stuff there. Make sure you're not getting your data leaked. Can I post it in the chat? There you go. It's in the chat if you care. That's not even the link though. Like, you could just Google that, whatever I posted in the chat. Copy link address. Wow, the URL is so long that it does not fit in the chat thing. Whatever. Cope and seethe and mold. Find out if your own data's leaked. I'm not your dad. You can do it yourself. Moving on. Tron founder Justin Sun met with the executive director of digital assets, Bo Hines. They are discussing Tron and blockchain's role in advancing U.S. crypto leadership. He just really wants to suck up to Trump and Trump family. We already know what Justin Sun's intentions are here. He's going to put everything, World Liberty Financial, on the Tron blockchain is going to be released. Maybe they'll make a stable coin that'll be launched on Tron blockchain. I mean, good for him. He's doing his best to improve his blockchain. It's just weird. A lot of people don't like him. He's just getting himself into every little thing that exists, right? All right. Liquidation levels. This will be important as well. As of today, here's an update. Bitcoin, you have liquidation level at... Can I draw? How do I draw stuff? Oh, there's emojis. Price range. This is weird. How does this work? I can change the style. I don't like blue. I'll make it white. Background. I'll use red. Yeah, that red. Should I extend it right? I could, yes. Label and a label background. I don't have a label anywhere. What do you mean? Oh, this label. Oh, I got you. Yeah, turn that off. Can I please... There we go. Negative opacity. Easiest way to turn it off. Okay. So, liquidation level, first one. They said, I want to write these all down for most of these, because I do trade most of these anyway. Bitcoin, it's looking at 109,400, which would be the good kind of liquidation, because that's shorts getting liquidated. I'll put it at 109, about there. Where did it go? Oh, $109. Haha, you're funny. It literally just disappeared. What? How do I get it back? Where's the object tree? We just don't see it anymore? Okay. Just gonna undo it as much as I can. Let me try again. Okay. Jeez. First line, 109. It's using a dot 400. So dumb. 109 000. Alright, there we go. That's what I wanted to do. So there's your first liquidation level, right about here. And second liquidation level. 100,300. And I'm putting that to 100,000. I hate the dot. 100 000. There we go. So those are your two liquidation levels. We're in between. For Ethereum, it's 2,650 to 2,385. I'm getting kind of lazy. Do I really want to do this? This is so annoying. Okay. What was the number? 2,650, 2,385. First, this has to, like that, and then next one was 2,385. I'm gonna put this at 2,350. There we go. Why does this have an arrow? Strange. I don't want an arrow here. Whatever. 2,350, I said, I think. Yeah, whatever. So those are your liquidation levels. Would cause a significant drop or a significant pump if one of those are met. Solana. I'd be surprised if they're already where I have these drawn, but probably not. First level is 154. Which is about here. That's a big difference as to what I have drawn. Just leave this at 155 for convenience. And then on the bottom side, it's 139. Which is coinciding with what I have. That's correct. What do I do? 138? I don't know. Yeah. This coincides. That's good, at least. For longs, I mean, for shorts that get liquidated, that would make sense, actually. I agree with it. I agree with it. Sui is 305. Let's go to Sui. Probably should have done this kind of math before entering this crazy position, but it's fine. For longs, I mean, for shorts, 305 to, what do I put, $3? I think that's safe. Yeah. Oh, wait, it should be the other way around, though. Why did you... Go back to Sui. What is going on? This thing is annoying. Refresh. Alright, back to Sui. Here it is. Let me redo this. So, let me put this bar down over here, 305. And then this one can go to, I don't know, 310. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. Kind of coincides with the resistances I've been talking about. And supports that can get broken will drop us below 262. Where is price range? First level I'll do 262. And this can go 260 or something. I don't know. Yeah. Yep, that about matches, right? To the support level that I have over here. Let's just hope that this support is the one that helps us stay above this liquidation level. Can I try this to 3.075? I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Making it a little bit tighter. And XRP, I don't really care about hype, so I'm going to skip that one. XRP I do kind of care about. I did speak about 225, but then I regretted talking about it. Seems like 225 is a liquidation level. 226 versus 220. What would I even put? 229? It's a big range. But I mean, that's kind of what I've been looking at nonetheless. Did this even update? Yeah, it did. No, it didn't. What happened to the Fibonacci level that I drew? This thing is trolling me. Alright, this is too big. There. Let me get that here. I had my magnet turned off as well. That's just great to know. There we go. Yes, this is what I'm looking for. Okay, 2.2859. 2859. There we go. That's more like it. And toward the bottom side, it's 204. I hate 204. 204 is like a PTSD number for me. Alright, 204 and 202 or something. Yeah, there we go. Liquidation levels to the bottom side. Could lead us to a crucial support at $2. I'm going to lock this in place as well. Yeah, that's what we got for these coins that we kind of care about. Great. Not bad. Not bad. Moving on. Thanks for that. Stablecoin supply. This is interesting and could be the start of something bigger. Stablecoin supply has reached a new all-time high, surpassing $250 billion for the first time. This means that this is just money that's already in crypto that is not specifically bought into, you know, any specific altcoin or Bitcoin. Those stablecoins will go into it. It has to, right? Or maybe, I don't know, the fact that this whole stablecoin act is being passed, the Genius Act, and a lot of institutions and banks and companies are starting to get familiar with stablecoins. Maybe that's just them. Because I also covered the fact that USDT got $1 billion minted, and usually a pump would follow after that as well. Maybe tomorrow's the day. Maybe, just maybe. And FYI, more stablecoins are secured by Ethereum than all other chains combined. They have about 50% of all that. Tron is in surprisingly second place. Fair enough. Like, they're getting involved with Trump and everything, so good on them. And this is also exciting. Elon Musk on Twitter will be launching in-app investing and trading. Just imagine, like, while I'm talking about this stuff here and sharing the news, I'm just like, I click one of these buttons and I'm like, all right, guys, I'm going to buy Bitcoin real quick. And then I just pull up a trading view chart and just buy Bitcoin on Twitter, on X. That would be really cool to have if this does get implemented. And X Money, this has also been talked about and alluded to a couple times. It is coming soon. A digital wallet and peer-to-peer payment service with Visa as its first partner. Maybe this would be its a stablecoin of its own, maybe. And you can just send money to other users on Twitter. Twitter's going to be the everything app eventually. It's rolling out in the United States first. Users will soon be able to store value, buy merch, and tip creators, all without leaving the app. You can send money. Cool. I mean, he already made PayPal, right? You just put that same system implemented into Twitter, and I mean, you kind of got it. Didn't they also implement a chat? It's in beta, I think. X chat. I can't. All right. So what else is new? What was I going to talk about with this? Like, it brought something in my mind and I've forgotten it. Can I please think? Nah, I can't think. Oh well. I thought I remembered something, but I didn't. Oh no, I did remember something. If I go to Twitter again, go to my profile, wasn't there a button somewhere that you can have people send you Bitcoin or something? I don't see it. Monetization. No, I'm not talking about this. Yeah, never mind. I can't find it. There used to be a button somewhere, like you could turn on tips for your profile and people can send you Bitcoin. Nobody's going to do it anyway, so I don't know. It was just a cool feature nonetheless. I just want to put my address out there so I could receive Bitcoin from people if they decide to send it. Would be cool, but no. Alright, that'll be all for today then. Not a lot of news to cover, like I said. I still managed to push the stream over 55 minutes. That's pretty good. Pretty well achieved. I hope it was just rambling too much. I hope it did provide some form of information. Bit of insight. It's always what I try to do. Mainly for myself. I don't care about you people. But that's all. I'm kidding, of course. I do care about you people, and thank you so much for your support, of course, as always. Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. What else is happening? We'll see tomorrow what happens. Maybe I'm right. Maybe we do get a big pump. And if so, I will say I told you so. Mark my words. We're gonna drop now because I said that. All right. Well, thanks for joining me tonight, guys. Hope you have a good evening. And